Okay, welcome to step number 2. Thanks for being with us through this journey here. Step number 2 is going to determine whether we consider ourselves as being a person that has an open or a closed heart. I've met people that, have an open heart. They're open for anything that comes down the pike. They'll try anything, And I've met other people that are just so reserved in life that they've got the protective walls up. They're in their own shell. They're in their own routine. And they're never open to suggestions or change. And I realize there's reasons for that. Maybe some of those reasons were because you've been so abused and your heart's been so crushed and damaged that you've got your protective walls up and you're not open to change. But I just encourage you that we're just offering a simple solution. And there's going to be some people along this journey in the heart test that I know you'll be able to identify with, and you can just listen to them as we continue. They're going to share their testimony.
So unforgiveness is a very, very hard place to find yourself, especially growing up in an alcoholic household where there was a great amount of violence, a great amount of physical as well as emotional abuse. You get to the point where you harden your heart and you kind of close off people, you close off family, and it puts you in a place where you're not very trusting. And that's where my heart was.
When I was younger, I'm a product of a divorced family. My father left my mother when I was 5 years old. And it took its toll on my heart. I didn't really trust anybody from that point. I went through trials and tribulations, things that I just don't even want to speak about today. It was hard. It was hard grow up to be a man without a man in my life to help show me to guide me the way.
Hi, I'm Terry, and I'm a daycare provider. Looking back on my life, I had a time in my life when I had a very closed heart. I came back from school after graduating high school, went away to Florida. When I came back home, my family had been radically changed, and there was something very different about them. I didn't know what it was, but I sensed what they had was something that I really, really needed in my life. People that were real and genuine, and I could tell they really cared about each other. And I started to get really curious, and I started to ask a lot of questions because my heart was very closed. After I asked the right questions, and it took me a long time to consider all the facts they were telling me, I decided little by little to open my heart. And when I did that, I sensed something that I never sensed before, and I'm very, very thankful that I made it to step number 5.
Hi, I'm Dina, and I'm a homemaker. And looking back on my life, I see that I had a closed heart. I grew up in a very good family, very warm and loving. I was raised well. I grew up without trouble, without problems, just your regular kid. And then as I grew and became in my early 20s, I realized that my heart really was closed. Through a series of events and things that happened in my life, I realized just how closed it really was. And while evaluating my life and thinking upon it, it brought me where I made the decision, and I made it to step 5. And now my life is better than ever, and I've had an open heart for 26 years now, and I can tell you it was the best decision of my life.
Welcome back. I'm trusting, now that you've seen some testimonies, I'm just trusting that you're the type of person that has an open heart, and you at least want to go on to that next step and see what it's all about. If you do, then click on step number 3 below. If not, you got some reservations, then you can click on the button not to continue. But I encourage you to move on to step number 3.